Hello, welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you. And this one is from Anderillium and it's called Luna Moth Green. And this looked really unusual, so I wanted to try it out. Let's go ahead and do the swatch first. Okay, so this is like a very, almost a minty green, but a little bit more subdued. It's not super bright. And then we'll see how it looks as it dries. I'll put a little bit extra over here. All right. Let's put the name. All right, managed to get it all to fit on there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set this off to the side under the fan to dry, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's go ahead and try this out on some copy paper. I always like to do a test on copy paper because sometimes if you're at work or school or something, you might not have your nice paper with you, and you just want to know if this is going to behave. So far, this is a really pretty green. All right, there it is on some copy paper. I'm going to set that aside to dry. And now we're going to test this out on some HP 32 paper. This, of course, is also a type of copy paper, but it is smoother and it tends to resist the ink, and that helps it show off some of its special properties sometimes. It's usually a decent budget-friendly in-between option. This is HP 32. And if there are any colors that you would like to see me review, just leave a suggestion, and if I have the ink or if I can get it, then we'll do a review video. Alright, that's how that looks. And here is the Tomoe River. And Tomoe River paper typically does really well with different inks. You can usually see all the different properties of the ink on this paper, so I always like to do a test with it. This is Tomoe River. And if you like these videos or if they're helpful to you at all, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can see more and so you don't miss out on anything. It also really helps the channel out, and I always appreciate everyone who subscribes. Alright, there we go. That's how that's looking. I'm going to go check on our swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So here's how this turned out. It looks really nice on the copy paper. I don't see any feathering. And it's a nice kind of a creamy green is the best way I could describe this. It's a little bit on the mint side, but it's not bright like a mint usually would be. This is more like creamy or muted or something. It's very pretty. And it actually looks really nice on the copy paper. There is even just the slightest hint of some fading or some shading going on here. Hopefully the camera picks that up. So it's actually a really pretty color on the copy paper. So this would be a great ink for, you know, a situation where you have a pen, you're going to be using it in different places and you don't know what kind of paper you're going to be writing on. This is probably a really good one because it's performing really well on the copy paper. And then on the HP 32, the color gets a little bit richer here. And you can see in the swatches, at least in real life, you can see a little bit of something else coming up, but it's kind of hard to tell what it is. And then in the writing, there's some very nice shading. And just like in the swatches, wherever the ink is put down heavily, there's a little bit of something coming through. You can see like another color underneath that. It looks like it's trying to show, but it's just very subtle. And then on the Tomoe River paper, again, you can see there's a big difference. So the shading in here is much more pronounced. And between these two swatches, again, the shading is much more pronounced even in these swatches here, and you can see that color where before it was mixed in with this whole swatch and you could kind of see it underneath there. On the Tomoe River, it separates the two colors, and down the middle you've got this cream color. And it shows up in the writing a little bit as well. Wherever the ink is put down heavily on the Tomoe River, you can kind of see that creamy color come through. And that color is hard to describe. I would say maybe it's literally like a cream, or like a very, very light tan, or like a very light pinky brown maybe. But it's just very subtle and very pretty. And then here's how the swatch turned out. You can see the beautiful halo shading around the ribbons here. And you can see how this goes from like a soft pink down to the, a soft green down to the darker green with this really nice shading. And in different places here, you can see that weird peachy kind of a color blooming through, which looks really, really nice. It's a very pretty color. And then you've got, of course, this great shading down here in the writing. So this is a really nice color. If I could find it, a link for it, I'll leave a link down below. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.